Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another episode of the one and only Rebar, coming to you straight from the Rebar with your host, J.P. Motherfucking Fingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, tracksuited on. What's going on? It's your boy, J.P. Motherfucking Fingers. Let's get a couple things out of the way with before we start this episode. New setup. We'll get to it. We'll talk about it later. Don't worry about it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a one only Rebar show. New setup. You might get it. You might not get it. A couple things out of the way. Woo! Big shit out. United Cigars. Live United. Fucking smoke United. Get United. Get that into your stream. Humasmart. The 69 boys. Hit them up. Humasmart.com. Take care of your cigars. Take care of your life. Use promo code Rebar. What else we got? The big dog fucking barking. Sir Louis Cigars. Swing that big boutique dick around. Boutique as fuck. Hit him up on Instagram. Change your life. Look at this beard. Coming in good. Coming in good. Feeling fresh. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Hit up beardedbuffalo.com. Go on Instagram. Hit him up at Bearded Buffalo Oils. All that jazz. Hit him up. Take care of your skin. Take care of your life. Look, my face has never been better. My beard's never looked even... Well, I mean, it was down here before, but it's clean now. It's healthy. Bearded Buffalo. Hit them up. Use promo code Rebar at all these fine establishments and just save some money and treat yourself. Spoil yourself. You know, be your own sugar daddy or sugar mama, whatever you want to be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one only Rebar show. We're going to say some stupid stuff. Most likely me and her fed, a.k.a. Maddie. Don't get bent about it. In no way is it affiliated with any of the sponsors that I've just listed. Some of the other people we might say some stuff about, yeah, it might offend them, but it's not affiliated with the show, so it don't matter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't get butt hurt. Are you ready to start the episode, Herfhead?
I think I'm ready.
What?
I think I'm ready.
All right, well, give me 1 second. I got to turn the volume back up. I turned it down because it was actually loud. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one only Rebar show. I'm sitting here, JP. I'm sitting here with the co-host, the Long Island co-host with the most, Herfhead, Herf Daddy, Daddy Herf. Yeah, the big Daddy Herfhead. All right, we have a reoccurring guest, one of them, not the other one, but one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Frankie and Rob with Kinship Cigars. We're going to get into it. It's going to be different from the last episode. Just wait. Frankie Fish, what the fuck's going on?
Not much, JP. What's going on, man?
Buddy, I'm living. I mean, you just been living it with me and fucking Herf Daddy. Sorry, Daddy Herf and Rob.
How you guys doing, right?
Hey, I can't complain, man. This is a decent Friday night so far. The drinks are going down. Sitting in the garage, chatting with Kinship Cigars, Frankie, Rob, and of course Herfhead's here.
Yes.
All right, Herfhead, I want you to get started with what we're smoking, what we're drinking. I actually have to grab my Peter James case and pull something out of it.
Oh, of course you do.
Sorry, I'm just wearing the hat too. Peter James, hit him up. Use promo code Rebar. Look at this nice gold hat, beautiful hat, fully stitched inside. And yeah, they do the cases, whatever. Peter James, hit him up.com. Use promo code Rebar.
Well, I'm starting out with a Warped Nocturnal Harvest. It's one of the Warped drops. It's a Corona. Nice dark wrapper from the Aganorsa factory. Not much of a smell given off on it. I also smoke my good old cigarettes, and I'm drinking my Seagram's Seltzers.
You know what? I don't want to interrupt on that, but you know what? We did give a good foot smell before on the last episode. That never happened.
That was a really good foot smell.
Right? I mean, all right. You got anything else to say? Sorry.
No, nothing. That's about it.
All right. Let's move on to the Kinship guys. We got Rob going first. What are you smoking? What are you drinking?
I am smoking a Kinship. It is a Robusto, and it has got a Pennsylvania wrapper and Dominican filler. And we've had the company about just coming up on a year shortly.
Very nice.
And I am drinking my staple club soda with ice, cold.
Macallan 12 and Kingship Toro.
I was gonna say, like, Rob, you got to pass this on to Frankie now.
Mm-hmm.
Club soda.
I know.
I'm like, where's the Macallan 12?
Well, I don't drink. Never liked it.
No, Frankie.
Oh, Frankie, where?
Macallan 12 is right here.
All right, Frankie. It's on to you now. What are you smoking? What are you drinking?
I am drinking Macallan 12 and I'm smoking, it's actually a Kingship Toro. Almost done.
Almost done. All right, there we go. Frankie, pass the torch to me.
JP,
What am I smoking? What am I drinking?
what are you smoking? What are you drinking?
There we go. All right, I'm actually smoking the just the me. No, sorry, it's the Me Too. I'm smoking the Me Too from Tatuaje. Third one I've ever had. Smelled great. Out of the cellar. I'll see how it is once I put some fire to it. Once I actually start smoking it, and I am drinking a Black Fly vodka and lemon seltzer. That's what we're taking care of our bodies nowadays, right? We're getting older.
I gotta tell you something. That mentioning the ME is for Mexican Experiment by Tatuaje. That cigar name could not have come out at a worse time. It's right
Or
about
best
when the
time,
Me Too
or best
movement-
time, or best time, right? How do you read that?
Yeah. True.
I mean, I've seen the owner of this company get pretty bent out of shape about a couple cigar things, right? Is that a Me Too movement on his behalf?
Of course it is.
Not going to get into it, but I mean, we can't be pointing fingers, right?
No,
All
sir.
right, Herfed, how was your week? How's the week been? What's it been?
Week's been great. It's great. They just opened up my local club. Been hitting the balls recently. We had some nice weather.
Really?
No.
I know, but I was like, oh shit, like, oh, maybe Herfed has, right? You took me by storm.
Yeah, no. I'm just living day by day, man. It's it's good to be alive.
That's it, man. Breathing. Hey, being able to crack that drink the next day or whenever you crack it.
Damn right.
All right,
Not
Rob,
the day after next.
my lawyer. How's the week been? Been pressing, been good. How has it been?
Been a little bit of a roller coaster, but the weekend in a nice smooth straightaway.
That's it, right? Rolls on in. All right, Frankie Fish. We're gonna say Frankie Fish. I mean, that's a sick name. How's the week been? And I mean, I feel like you have to elaborate to these people. What does Frankie Fish do?
We're in the fish business. We get up 3 o'clock in the morning every morning and we work it. We sell fish throughout the United States. Been a roller coaster also, up and down with this COVID crap going on. But you know what? It's Friday night and we're drinking and having a good smoke. Yeah, how's your week, JP?
My week. I dig how Frankie's just passing it now. It's fucking gold. That is gold. Frankie's got it now. All right. My week. I had 32 patties this week on burgers. Feeling like shit now that it's the end of the week and I've had that many patties. But 6 drinks this week. I've taken it easy. I've just laid back, just chilled, relaxed. Moved a couch out of the garage. The couch is now gone out of the garage. So I've always had this dream of doing this with my, that's me all over this. Different logos with just me on it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let me get this fucking thing out of here. I had to move a couch out of this garage. Got a big guy at work. My foreman works for me. I was like, dude, we got a pretty good relationship. We have beers all the time. I'm like, hey, you move a couch with me? He's like, yeah, I can move a couch. I'm like, all right, come over to my house Wednesday after work. He comes over here and he's like, that's the couch you want to move? And I'm like, yeah, you want it? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, let's put it at the curb then. We start moving it. Literally, I grabbed it with 2 hands and I threw it out from the wall pretty good. Right. And I'm like, all right, well, let's get this thing moving now. Anybody that's ever been in the Rebar knows this is like my buddy described it best. He's like, looks like a liquor store / cigar shop flea market. I got shit everywhere. Shit's hanging everywhere. Everything's all over the walls. Everything's in the way. I'm like, well, let's move this out of the way, and let's carry it. So we get it to the door. He's on the front of the couch pulling. I'm pushing. So I'm giving her all the hip work, right? I get it probably 8 inches out the door, and he's like, fuck, we got to take the door off. I'm like, he's outside, I'm inside. I'm like, well, I guess I'm the guy getting the drill. I'm the guy fucking putting the battery in, all this stuff, right? So finally I get in the door. He takes the door off. Boom, we get it out. It actually went pretty smooth getting it out, but all in all, it was 2.5 hours because when he first got here, we sat down, we shot the shit, we had a drink. He smoked a cigarette. I had my vape pen. Boom, we get it out, and then we have to take the door off halfway through. We sat out here for about an hour afterwards and just had a drink and just reflected on what a shitty situation it was because had I actually planned for it, I would have already had the door off. But hey, the couch is out. I got this new setup now. I gotta find the positive in it. And I made him push it all the way to the end of the driveway. So bonus.
Pete, can I ask you a question? Why do you open up the garage door?
These garage. So if I could open up the garage door right now, I would probably lose about 200 cigar boxes off the wall, a dartboard, half a Miller Lite fake keg. It would knock over my fridge, and
Want that?
Right, it's a lot. I actually, so it's a 2-car garage, true 2-car garage. I took the hinges off and everything, and I framed in, insulated, and I boarded over it. I drove a like I had a car at the time, and it wasn't a huge car, but it would be tight to fit both vehicles in here because of how the driveway tapers. So I was like, fuck it. Like I wanted a place when I was buying a house that I could just smoke cigars in and do whatever in, right? And it slowly just took over my life. At one point, I had a full-size putting green in here where it was just like a big mini putt course with 4 or 5 holes and just bumpers on everything. And it's this is what keeps me. What's that?
How high is your ceiling?
So my ceiling is barn style, but I capped it off with insulation. I got the silver insulation sheets that cap it off. But without that, you're probably 8-9 feet, and then it goes up to the peak like a barn, right?
Oh, so it's like my room. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just, I heated it for probably, or I put heat to it for 2 years, and I was like, shit, I'm using so much propane, so much electricity. I was like, let me cap it off at a good ceiling height. So now it's, what is it? Probably it's a 7-foot ceiling right now in here where it's capped off to. But yeah, I mean, middle of summer, middle of winter, it's 70 to 80 degrees in here, so it's comfortable and it's manageable now, especially with this couch guy. But yeah, no, that was hell of a week, and it was just due to one couch. But yeah.
Next time you need to move a couch out of there. Chainsaw. That's what I did in my basement. I couldn't get out of the basement. I chainsawed it.
I shit you not. That had came up about 4 times before we even took the door off. And I'm like, I had a circuit saw. I'm like, just let me rip this fucking thing in a couple pieces. He's like, no, we got it. He's like, it's going to make a mess. So the biggest thing was, it's going to make a mess. And I'm like, fuck, I mean, if you see the floors in here, I'm sitting on the carpet now. I got a $100 bill rug over there. And I actually have a full-size cowhide rug, like where the camera's sitting on right now. And it's dude, if I spill a drink in here, I'm cleaning it up immediately. It's literally it's covered in these like interlocking blocks, 2 feet by 2 feet, and the whole thing's just covered in them, right? So it's foam and it's soft foam. I was thinking, so hey, I threw my phone over there. It's fine. It's not going to break. What do I hate doing? I hate breaking cell phones. I hate having to transfer my life over from one thing to another thing, and then you find out, oh, this doesn't transfer. So I made it idiot proof in here. I mean, this Herfed, you have to come down here one day. All you guys actually have to come down here one day once the border opens.
Yeah, man.
Sounds good.
Hey, getting back to Frankie being Frankie Fish. What's the you got a fish company?
He just fucking said it.
We have a fish company here in Long Island. We own a company called Gulo Specialty Foods, which is an importing company, and we import specialty seafood from overseas. And through COVID situation, I'm sure everybody had the same situation, trying to find means of making new ways of trying to make some money. So we opened up a new company called FreshFinGourmet.com, which we actually sell a variety of different things from gourmet seafoods to gourmet pastas, meats, etc. So check us out at FreshFinGourmet.com, and you'll find a variety of different gourmet specialties.
Also Instagram, correct?
Yes, Instagram also.
Once you said the website, I now have to change it, just Frankie Fresh.
It's www.freshfin, Gourmet.com.
Frankie Fresh now. He's Frankie Fresh.
Frankie Fresh.
Nothing. You lost the fish. Now you're fresh.
They actually call me Frankie the Octopus Guy.
Frankie
That's what
the
they call me.
Octopus. Fucking Frankie Tentacles.
You don't see the other four legs.
All right. Herfed, do you have a question? Anything you want to ask right now? Anything. Ask it.
I want to know, what is Arte Fumar?
Arte Fumar. It all actually started in this room where I'm sitting. Frank,
The man cave.
One of the toppers around coasters. So I collected, just smoking in my man cave, keeping my bands, my labels. One day I said I had a box. What am I going to do? I'm just watching television, and I start putting them on, and I realized I can glue it, and it's a coaster. And then I basically started researching and eBay and all sorts of stuff, and I decided I'm going to start to make stuff with cigar labels. So Arte Fumar, ARTDEFUMAR, Instagram. Well, it's a play on words for the art of smoking, and I do all sorts of artwork with cigar bands and labels, and sell them. And it's a hobby, and I get them for people.
How many years have you been doing it now for?
Probably now about 5 to 6 years. It just started here. It got too big. Went into my living room. My wife said, no way. It was getting too big. I went down and I built a whole studio in my basement. So about 6 years. And I have a studio in the man cave here. I could show you. I have stuff. And downstairs I have a whole room that I dedicated to cigar
You have
label.
your own workshop.
We have a workshop, and people, through Instagram have asked me questions, social media.
Hey, Rob. Sorry, I'm just getting back on frame now. Can we see this workshop? I need to see this workshop. I mean, dude, I'm sitting in front of a table right now that I tried to coat in cigar bands, and it looks like fucking shit. It looks horrible.
All right, let's see. I told Frankie to make sure we know how to use the chair, and I can't even use my damn chair after 4 years. All right,
Figured it out.
okay. So Frankie's going to work the camera, and I will show you around.
Work it, Frankie.
I'm the cameraman.
I'm going to take the camera from Frank for 1 second so I can show you some stuff in the room, and then I'm going to give it back to him. So
now he's not the cameraman.
He will be. He will be. So this is the room, okay? And so, like, for example,
Man cave.
that's the humidor, Frank. Just open it up, and coincidentally, what do we have in there? Kinship cigars.
Yeah, check this out.
Okay.
Great cigar.
So that if you can shut the top of the humidor. So then
it's like we're letting fucking pH out right now. Just close it.
So if you look back, it's kind of cool, but then you focus in. It's all different cigar bands and labels.
Wow.
And then I paste them and I spray it. It's a whole process. And then I got more intricate. And I said, okay. I started making instruments.
Cello.
Violin.
Fuck.
Okay. Then
I'm not a musical guy.
now and then I got even more into it. And if you look closely as I zoom in.
Sorry for him to be a Met fan.
No, you know what? Rob, will you sell that?
Anything for the right price.
All right, because I'm thinking of 3 potential buyers right now on that.
Let me tell you one thing. We plan on having. It's funny that you say this. Here, you take this, Frank. As we walk, and I'll talk, and I'll tell you. You can hear me. We're gonna go down to my basement. But it's funny you say that because, excuse my dog barking. Because Kinship Cigars is going to have an event probably somewhere around September in Florida at a whiskey and cigar lounge called Empire in Brickell, Florida. And Piazza is a member there, from what I'm being told by the owner when we set up the meeting. And hopefully I'm going to bring that picture, unless it's sold for the right price. show it and get a picture with them in a cigar and a kinship. So we'll see.
Right, dude. That's
So,
badass.
Here's
I mean,
my.
By
Go
the
ahead.
way,
Yeah.
if the border is open by September time,
Yeah.
I mean, I love whiskey, I love bars, and I love cigars. So
There you go.
if that
Nice to
border's
meet-
open, I got to be down there.
Cool. So this is where I do all the work.
The laboratory.
So these
Where
are
the magic
cigar-
happens.
Frankie showed you before where the cigar bands are.
That's all cigar bands. All
Well, you
cigar.
haven't seen it yet. Back up a little, Frank. Okay, and this is all cigar labels of the same that I've done, and I know what they mean and where I want things. These are bigger things, and then these pieces over here are the tiny. They're like jewels, they're like antiques, and it's part of the way I hide the lines, part of the magic. And over here are sorry, Frank. Smaller pieces. Every single one is done by hand by special paper cutters. More labels, and then this.
Wow.
When I built the desk, tools. This is a piece I'm working on right now, a chariot. I started it 2 or 3 days ago. That's a scene I'm in the middle of, a park scene.
Wow.
And then over here.
For the Cinderella guys, here you go.
Right?
Backlit.
Find that slipper and throw it.
And then
He wasn't the one.
So this is a mailbox that is real of stamps that Frank zooms in. There's stamps.
Had a baby.
That's a real mailbox?
Real mailbox.
Isn't that a criminal offense?
I was just about to say thank you. Thank you. As a lawyer, and it is true, it is not actually a true U.S. mailbox. It was built to scale for a movie set, and my friend gave it to me. And I said I would love it where I can do, and I had the idea of the stamps. So it's not truly a real mailbox.
For the real legality reasons of this, we have to say a friend gave it to him.
That's right, but it's the truth. And here's the other thing. I know my mailman really well, and he gave me stickers eventually to put on it. So
that's
cool.
dope.
How
That's
long
cool.
does a piece like that take?
This took about 2 months. And then here is where I get into the intricate work, really detailed. So for example, this is a humidor, and you'll see that the lines, everything matches up.
Wow.
I put a piece of glass mirror. And this is actually a humidor box that I got from a local shop.
Wow.
Open up. Okay. Humidor. All cigar labels. And then I got into like diagrammas. You see this seam? You can see my hand by perspective. The Fuente boxes. You zoom in on the bar at the back. Okay. Cigar bands, cigar labels, miniatures, everything.
The dog.
Yep, the dog, the bartenders with the cigars in their mouth. That's my branding, is the bulldog with the cigar in the mouth. You see the shirt?
Not that he looks like that.
Right. That's my branding logo. And so there are a lot of my pieces.
Favorite dog. My favorite dog is a bulldog.
This is a piece I finished in honor of my dad because I love to watch him play cards as a kid. And every book, if you zoom in on the shelves, the New World cigars at the top. There's some kinship cigars on the left.
That's
every
crazy.
book. Okay, and it's all, you have miniature poker table, chips. Even there's a dog sitting underneath the table.
Wow.
You see the dog, Frank?
That's wild. Like, this is wild.
The food on the table is all miniatures, and of course, right over the left is a humidor.
There's Chinese food, by the way.
Okay.
Dogs eating cats.
Uh-oh.
And then you have, over here, I have a clock.
Ruh-roh.
And then over here, some musical instruments.
Mets
Rob,
again. Sorry, guys.
Rob, I gotta say that's a nice clock. You got a nice clock.
I do instruments.
Wow.
Zoom in on the typewriter. Yep.
Rob still uses it as his office.
Right. And then, I have all sorts of lighters, ashtrays. Again, all labels.
That's
And you take
wild.
requests also, right?
I saw this in a hotel in a different form with painting, and I said, I got to do that for the cigar label. So if we zoom in too, again, all detailed, every single piece is hand cut, and it's all pasted, put together.
Wow.
If you take a look, picture of the Statue of Liberty and go back.
This is the craziest thing in the entire world. Seriously. It's all banned.
And then he zooms back out, and then you can see how the picture finds itself. Same thing over here with the American flag.
I mean, I got to say it. I mean, if any Americans are patriotic, why do you not own this piece? The phone, that's amazing. That's beautiful. Like, that's beautiful.
These I make custom
Cufflinks.
Thank you.
Sorry, he didn't have any alcohol either.
That's right, I know. So
It's hard to
focus. So that's basically a lot of the stuff. And from here, you can see I'm down here every single morning. There's another clock on the wall. And then last part of the studio is this is the stuff where I think about. It's like having paint, and you think about what you want to put in the whole scene. So I have all different things I've gotten from all sorts of people, and eBay that I still want to do.
Oh, you know what? I actually dig the gumball machine idea.
Well, how about the elephant's ass?
So you know what? We have a pig's ass in our garden. That's the same thing as the elephant's ass, but it's a pig.
JP, when I get back into the room, I'm going to show you something in a second when we go upstairs. All right. So this
is it your ass?
I can show you that too. You need a wide angle. This is my work area. Okay, and then I collect boxes. So when I want to do things, and I actually do photography, but it's a whole nother day and a whole nother.
By the way, good boiler.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
It's like that's good. You know, you're going to be good for like 15, 20 years.
And when I have
cigar boxes.
When I make tables, I have all sorts of old cigar box tops. All sorts of, I use these, the cedar. And this is my spraying area. I spray. It's all set up. And this is the passion.
You know what? Everything is so fucking neat. Even your work area is fucking extremely neat.
Hey, listen, in the morning,
it's all calculated.
You got to heat your coffee in the morning. You got to heat it, right?
He's going to label that soon.
Yeah. And then also, you were talking about, for example, how, you like the Mets thing. This is actually a lithograph print. And then I put them on canvas.
Wow.
Sorry about the Bernie thing here.
Hold on. Again, we're from New York.
Sorry about the Jets again.
Hey. As a fellow, I mean, I guess I'm the only New York football fan here. Because, I mean, I like the Bills. All the other guys are Jersey guys. But you know what? The Jets, I dig them. I do dig it. Rob, are you wearing rubber boots?
No. Frank's wearing black sneakers.
Fuck, I thought Rob was wearing rubber boots.
There's a man cave.
Oh yeah, look at that. All glass. So he can see when he's getting yelled at by his wife, like, you smoked out here for too long.
Doesn't have to hear.
So, Frank, you're a little taller than me. Well, we'll make believe you are, even though you are. Show him you see the gumball machine?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the gumball machine are matchbooks.
Wow, that's fucking cool.
So, and then lastly, and then we're done. I love this. This is one of the favorite things. I love it.
Wow.
And I have other pieces I haven't even shown you in different areas of my house. We're leaving that alone. So I'm bringing this in. I'm trying to get, the name out there, really for the love of it, not for the, money's nice, but I also enjoy doing it. So let me turn that back around. You can just help set up the shot again.
Right there.
Okay.
A little bit more towards Frankie's seat. You're right there.
Hold on. Yep, I gotta just fix this.
Right there.
I know. Hold on. I know that. I got it.
I feel like after the first episode we did, I was just like, right there. No, right there. No, right there. No, right there.
Right.
Can you hear me?
No,
Can you hear me?
no. Everything's good on my end. I'm almost there. That should be good, I think. Let's see.
Go down a little bit.
Okay. All right, we're
Like
going.
a little bit. I want to see a little bit of Frankie's crotch, but not a lot.
You're not necessarily
There's a
going to want
lot.
to see
There's a
that.
lot to see in there.
Right? I mean,
What's
fuck,
that?
you got that octopus. Who knows how many tentacles you got down there?
Exactly. You're not seeing the 4 other legs.
All right.
Hold on. Right. Is this
All right.
good? This good?
You're golden right now. You're fucking great. Yeah, you're good. It's literally almost the exact same spot as last time. All right.
There you go.
So we're sitting down here. Or I guess we're sitting up here. We got Frankie Fish, Frankie Fresh. We got Arte Fumar. What drives you to go down there every day? What I guess what's the positive or negative? What causes you to go down there? What makes you start like hammering away on something, right? You know, it's a good day, it's a bad day. Is it just like, you know what, this is my idea, let me run with it?
You know, Frank just whispered me everything I should say is true because he knows why. Because one of the things that Frank and I have in common is we've easily called each other without even thinking about it at 5:30 in the morning because we know that we're both up. We would never have to say, "Well, are you awake?"
Yeah.
So I get up every morning before I even think about my work day, almost virtually every morning. I go down from I want to start this, 6 o'clock at minimum. And I put the television onto the same channel every day. I don't need to mention the channel to him.
CNN.
So he's on the
Rebar, the Rebar channel. The Rebar channel.
So I zone off and I just zoom into the artwork. And I can tell you so many different things. There's a part of me that said someday I'd write a book about all my thoughts. It's stupid. But it's therapy. It's mind therapy. It is just getting lost for 2 to 3 hours, like in a yoga position. It's weird to explain that.
So
And
I very similar to you, but I mean, I come out here and I like rearrange things and I put cigar boxes on the wall, but I mean, it doesn't even look like a tenth of what you do.
well, I sort of take that the way I practice law, and I'm not being, it's just I grew up on Long Island with a mom who taught me how to do that.
Okay.
Good or bad, I learned. So it's great. I go down there, I make this stuff, and when I go on vacation, I can't bring this stuff with me. So what I do is I take my labels and I have cutters, and that's when I do all my cutting.
But you know what? The crazy thing is you could bring your vacation back with you if you wanted to and do that. You know what I mean? What you smoked, whatever, right? Bring it back with you and then create a piece, right? Create a scene that you thought was fucking sick.
I mean, I just literally have that room put things out so I can literally think and look in the morning about what I want to do next. Like I have like 6 projects down the line that are already, like, if I was a contractor, I'm booked until, next April, So,
That's
and now
cool.
the goal is to just try and find somebody who will help me bring it to the world, if you would,
Okay. You know what? I got to send you some stickers. I have to send you some Rebar stickers.
And I'll get you some, my pleasure to get you some Arte Fumar bling as well.
So here's what I'm thinking, right? Honestly, I'm a big High Life guy, though. For the one and only Rebar, the Miller High Life is like the unicorn of beers. When it comes to the 40-ounce bottle, a 40-ounce bottle of High Life, just done with the stickers and cigar bands.
Yep.
That's amazing, in my opinion. But I mean, Rob's probably like, fuck, you're an idiot. He's like, that looks like shit. He's like, I've already tried this 6 times with other things and it didn't work out. But it's, what do you think is that extra, just like, this is going to work. This is going to work. Everything I've saw that you had, off camera, on camera, or on air, off air, everything just works. Like the American flag, we're like, wow, it's American flag. You zoom in, it's like, wow, it's bands. Or, the Mets thing. Like, I'm a baseball fan. I don't have a team really. But just looking at the Mets thing, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool Mets pitcher. But then going in on, you're just like, wow, it's all cigar bands. What gives you that extra?
That's the whole way I came up with the idea, is that I do a lot of photography, and I've done done for years competitive photography, and I learned through Photoshop how to create certain filters because I know how the eyes work from a distance to make things look dimensional.
Yeah.
And I really took that idea and I put it into the cigar labels, that ability to zoom in, because I knew how far away from the eye until it focuses on the minute versus the large.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah. Well, it's crazy what the eye sees, right? What it's actually fully capable of.
right. And then when people realize that they're cigar bands, I don't tell them that thinking about what it is, but they don't look like cigar bands because they're not the whole cigar band, but yet it molds and meshes together as one picture. We've all seen the pictures of 1,000 faces, and they're in it, and the artist does it in some sort of, you know what I mean? Like they get 1,000.
For sure. No, 100%.
And that's in a way the same type of idea, but with cigar bands and cigar labels, and it's become a hobby. I joke around like, it's not a labor of love, it's a label of love, right? It sounds corny.
A fucking label of love. That's it. Like
that was going to be the name of my company, Labels of Love, but I decided not. But
yeah, good call.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much.
I mean, but at the same time, though, it sounds like you could do that, and now you sound like the Dollar General, right? You guys got Dollar Generals by you?
We know what they are, sure.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, it's like it sounds cheesy, but it's like, yeah, you fucking make money. Like they make a fucking killing. You know what I mean? They make a fucking killing. They got a gimmicky name, but they fucking make a killing.
Yeah, I mean,
lol. I would have called it lol. LOL. LOL.
But you know what it is? It's
call it out of cigar bands.
But it's also not just doing the art. It's that I enjoy. I'm into cigars, and my life over the last couple of years has, as we all get older, I've made new friends, from where we all know each other and smoke cigars together.
We just met.
Well, it's been 3. All right. Okay. I get it. That was a joke. Okay. See, sometimes you still got to learn that humor, even though you know them for years. But I wouldn't have all this. I wouldn't be going out to dinner Thursday nights with the guys, kind of thing now, and we do, and it's nice.
No invite. No invite.
You're invited. You're invited.
And then I'm the guy. I'm like, sorry, I can't make it. I can't cross the border right now.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, 30 burgers this week.
Right? Fuck. Shit. Seriously, I would have been all over that. We gotta sort of tail end of the wrap up of Arte Fumar, and we got to get into the Frankie Fresh.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Fresh. But have you ever had a piece that's been requested by a customer? They just like, fuck, that's so fucking weird.
For somebody to make something, you mean?
Yeah, like has anybody ever asked you to make something? You're just like, damn, that's weird.
Plenty of people all the time when we talk about it. Frank's probably been when we're smoking too. People say, "What about doing a real car?" Okay,
like a full on size car, just doing it. You're like, yeah, let me open my garage and just start spitting on everything and slapping bands on it.
Right, because okay, let's be realistic. Although people are like, well, no, that would be really cool, and then I get it because it would be.
Oh, there's cool and there's practical, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a car, it's like, okay, well, who the fuck's gonna buy it? You know what I mean? They're not naming something like, hey, make a hand out of fucking cigar bands. You know what I mean? Do your thing, but just like a hand mold.
I mean,
okay,
right.
That's gonna.
It's funny. I should answer your question with. I just realized the real answer. The weirdest thing is what I'm asking myself to make, and that is, ready for this? When I was in, I guess it was around 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, my art teacher, Mr. Sanchez, had a glue ball that he collected from years of being an art teacher as the glue would dry.
Yeah.
So I take the glue now, 50x years later, that I have, and every couple of mornings as it molds up in my cup, I have a ball, and over the months and hopefully years, it's going to get bigger and bigger, and when it gets to a certain point, I'm going to smooth it out. I'm going to do it with labels, and that'll be the stupidest thing I ever do, but I know what it means to me about my childhood.
That's crazy, because I never knew Mexican people were ever teachers back then.
There you go. There you go.
I was gonna say, you sure it was glue?
That was
Yeah,
a good
right. Dude, we gotta boil that down or anything, or just smoke it, pop a piece off.
You know,
I mean,
I saw the
Perfect
bar
didn't even
scene
fucking
first.
budget that joke, and that was a fucking
was
great
great.
joke.
That was
I know people are gonna be
that
fucking dying right now. Perfect, did you even fucking hear that? Did you even hear what I
was
said?
like, honestly, that was Tonight Show worthy.
Dude, I am like a fucking late night talk show with that joke. Like somebody just wrote that for me, and I was just like, the whole time I'm like, you could have said any other name, but I'm like Sanchez. I'm like, that's Mexican.
That
No,
was your
that's
addition.
Spanish.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
Hey, listen, I don't give Rob a lot of prop when it comes to things, but he's definitely talented when it comes to doing his art with the labels and stuff like that. And a lot of guys that we actually smoke cigars with always request stuff from him. Give you an example. I'm in the octopus business. He made me this beautiful octopus with all the labels on it. It's hanging up in my office. Then we have a buddy of ours, Danny Concrete, which, he's in the concrete business. He actually brought him a mixer, those truck mixers, and he actually labeled the whole thing. Phenomenal, man. He did such a great job.
Does Mr. Concrete smoke cigars?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, they call me JP Rebar.
Everybody basically has a nickname.
I feel like I gotta meet Danny Concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe next time, I guess.
Yep.
That's hey, he can't put his stuff in there unless I put my stuff in there first.
I saw the bar scene up close and personal, and what surprised me the most about it was like the little details, especially like the calculator, the little martini glasses. Is there a certain site that you go to that just has miniature everythings?
I learned something that you can go onto eBay, and if you're creative in your word search, when you do it, there is nothing on the face of the earth that you can't find, and there's nothing on the face of the earth that can't be sold. So a lot of the stuff you go under like Dollhouse, playing cards, Dollhouse glassware. So if you know how you're looking for things, so for example, when I'm looking for a bunch of statues or different, I can put in Cigar Man figure. I'll get a bunch of stuff. I'll bargain on it. I'll get it in volume. I do lighters. I just did an email today to a company. They charge $25 for those thick glass ashtrays that I do, right? I'm reaching out to them. How much if I buy 100 of them? So we'll see.
Good call.
You know what's the coolest thing down there in that bar that you were just mentioning about? The bar scene? And then the book, Kingship book.
There you go. Everything, and there's not subliminal stuff, but a lot of these pieces I originate for my family. And for example, that bar scene, no, the playing card scene, excuse me, because that's family. There is something, I say hidden, that if any member of my family looks in it, they know that symbol is for theirs. So for example, my brother's a doctor, and just like you'd see in a magazine, hidden somewhere is a stethoscope. And it's obvious as day, but you got to focus on it. So there's something in each piece, and I always do that with a lot of my pieces.
Rob's the dog.
That's it, man. You put your heart in it, right? You dedicate a piece to your fucking heart, and you put something of that in it, right? And it's up to the owner to find it, or whoever has it.
That's my life's. I said it the other day for the first time, and it hit me. Whatever I do in life, and sometimes it's not a good thing, but I'm very passionate about almost everything that I do. And if I can't do it right, then it frustrates me. And sometimes that can be not a good thing. So, but that's who I am.
Here's the crazy thing, right? It's only the not right thing to somebody. To other people, it could be the right thing, right?
Sure.
Well, you definitely have to have love and passion to be doing something like that, for sure.
100%. So the first time I met Rob, I met him with Herfy, with Matt, and I'm just like, Rob has to be doing some sort of a fucking illicit drug. And it's just like, no, there's nothing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can fucking hear you. And I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. But you go down there and Rob's like, I'm gonna look at this, I'm gonna do this, and it's just like, yeah, man, that's you're like a fucking like a Picasso, you know what I mean? With your mind when it comes to the cigar shit, the cigar bands, all that stuff, right? Like
You're an artist, man.
you are a true artist. I got my buddy Wiseman Pipes, the normal co-host who would be sitting here, other than Herfed, does this stuff with wood, right? He does ashtrays that holds Glencairn glasses and that perfectly hold your, just cigar rest, everything, crazy. And I'll go over to his shop, you know what I mean? I'll go over there and I'm like, let me make this, and he's like, okay, and he's like yelling over my shoulder as I'm trying to make something on the fucking lathe. And I'm just like, I don't have that fucking creativity. Like, I do not have that I
grew up that way. This only happened 5 years ago. And I didn't, I was always into photography since I was, 25 years ago. But this just came out, and it literally came out, It's not just, it's just the whole production that I put together of it that is what it's meant. Anyway.
Rob, seriously, I did this fucking cigar band table like 8 months ago, and it hasn't came out in me yet. Not in any way.
We can work something out.
Fuck, I mean, dude, I'll actually, you know what? I want to donate my cigar bands to you.
Oh, I would. You know what? Truth, this just happened last month. Somebody Instagrammed me, right? Guy from Virginia. I'm not going to mention his name. And he says, he sees my work and he's been collecting for years. Would you like my labels? And I said, you know what? Sure. I said, I'd be more than happy to make you something. Yeah. He says, absolutely not. No. Long story short, he sends me a box. This man I've never met in my life spent $19.50 to mail me a big box of thousands of cigar labels. So I just finished for him. I found out his favorite band was a Padron band. And I made him a beautiful Padron ashtray, and I've been in touch with him, and I sent it out this morning to his house in Virginia. So that's part of this, the art.
You know what? The crazy, like, you're humble. You're an artist and you're humble. When it's not like you're just like you have your career that you do very well at, but then you also have your artistry side to it where you're also fucking insane at it. Like, there's nothing I could fucking pick out to you. They'd be like, yeah, I'll wrap that. I'll do my shit to it. Boom. You look at it, you're like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy.
And it's funny because I don't see it that way. I'm just, it's interesting. I just don't see it that way. I see it as, I love it. People say it's nice, but I don't,
that's a good thing. That's a good thing you don't see it that way, because when you see it that way, it's gone. Right?
Yep. I don't know. I'm always trying to think of something better and interesting, or to redo something in a different way that has a theme. So, but I love it. I'm going to continue doing it until I can't. So I'm collecting enough labels so someday I don't have to go, having these guys save them for me anymore when I'm old and negre.
Rob, when I get to Long Island, I'm giving you some fucking cigar bands. If you promise me a fucking ginger ale in that in your man cave.
It's done. Just you know what? Hook up with Matt. Tell him you're here. It's fine.
And Frankie Fish, I'm gonna eat some of his fucking octopus.
You got to hear about his octopus
when you're ready for it, man.
And I mean, to be honest, I might even eat it raw. Like, I might bite it right off the fucking table.
Hold on. Tell me what I love that you give me. How you the sealed bag?
It's actually octopus.
You got to hear
legs.
this.
It's fully cooked octopus legs. You just defrost it, cut it up, and put it in salad. Or you could just defrost it, put a little olive oil, and throw it over the grill for 2 minutes. Sear it up a little bit, slice it up, and just eat it. Finish it off with some lemon and olive oil, and you're done.
A little char.
It melts in your mouth.
Maddie knows. Maddie has more left in his freezer.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Frankie Fish, a.k.a. Frankie Fresh. All right, Frankie. I have asked Rob this. I've asked Matt this. I'm like, how the fuck did you guys all meet? Who was the conversation starter with all this?
The conversation actually started, we were mentioning earlier.
I don't remember this. I want to hear this.
We actually had a girl involved in this, and she loved cigars.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, she loved cigars. And I said to her one day, she's a beautiful girl. And I said, did you ever think of opening, doing your own cigar? She goes, I've been thinking about it. And I said, listen, let's try to put something together. And then I thought about it. We need an attorney. We need an accountant. We need somebody to find us the crop on where to actually have this produced. So I brought on Rob. I brought on our accountant, Rich, the other Rich S, salute. And we brought on Rich P, which is the last guy that you met the last time. You guys, Rob was on the show. Rob was on the show with the last time.
Rich Concept.
Rich Concept.
The Dominicano. The whitest Dominican I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I said, you know what? Let's produce our own cigar. It was through COVID. It's only our own cigars. And so we started looking. We started searching around. Rich said that he knows a couple of guys in DR. He reached out to him, put the cigar together. The first time we tasted the cigar all together, we were somewhere.
My backyard.
Yeah,
it was my backyard.
It was a backyard or somewhere. No, I think we were at the Carlton. We were at a place called the Carlton. It's like a cigar lounge place where you can go on Thursday night. You have cocktails and drinks and dinner, etc. And when I first tasted the cigar, I said, "Wow!"
Never an invite there. That sounds amazing, by the way.
It's like a Davidoff-ish, I guess the expression you want to call it. This is a great smoke.
Okay.
I said, what? Let's start doing it. So Rob started being the artist that he is. He started putting the labels together, which he did a great job with the whole label. It's a beautiful label.
We all took the name, just so you know, just basically because we were all friends.
Friends, exactly.
Kinship.
And the funny thing is, me and Rob, before we got on the air, we were talking about it. We were looking at inside the label. There's an MB in there. And the MB stands for, we have a friend of ours that just passed away from COVID about 3 months ago. His name was Mike Billion. And we have an MB in there. By coincidence, it actually got into the label. We meant it for something else, but now we're actually going to use the, I guess, quote unquote, we're going to be using it. We donate it more to Mike Billion.
In memory of him.
In memory of him.
That's good, man. I mean, yeah, that's solid. So I gotta ask the question. I asked Rob the question. I asked, are you ready? I've asked Rob. I've asked Rick. Are you ready? There's what? 4 of you guys in this group? 5, 4 and a gal at one point, right?
Yes,
at one point.
So who's the person? Who's the person? How are we going from what is it? An orgy to a menage a trois? We go from 4 people to 3 people now in the band. Who in your opinion are you gonna kick out? Right? Like, it was just, you know what, this guy can't make the cut. You know what, you're not photo worthy. You know what, you can't be sketched onto a cigar band. Why you go from 4 to 3? I mean, I got to admit, myself personally,
5 to 4.
It would be awkward if there was 4 people in a cigar band. I'm like, why the fuck are these 4 people shaking hands? Like, that's just weird.
Right.
It's weird if you're just like 2 people, 1 person, 3 people. Okay, I get it. But like, yeah, 4 people on a cigar band. That's weird. It's weird.
We actually have a version where there's instead of 3 guys, there's 2 guys and 1 girl, Victorian era woman.
That's called the Eiffel Tower.
No Eiffel Tower.
I believe that's what they call the Eiffel Tower.
Frankie, now I know you as a full-bodied guy.
Mm-hmm.
How were you adjusting to it when it was a more Davidoff cigar?
Full body and cigars.
Thank you. How do I go from there to cigar? Once in a while you need to change up your palate. As you know, smoking full-body cigars all the time, you burn out your palate. So sometimes you need to downgrade.
Enough.
Right, you need to downgrade a little bit, go more for a medium to full body, and that's how the cigar came to life. I loved it. I think it was a great cigar when I first tasted it from day one. I said, this is a cigar for us. We're actually working right now. A lot of people have been requesting a 60x6 that we're actually working on right now on that size cigar. Right now we have the Robusto, we have the Toro, and we have the Toro. We have the Toro, we have Torpedo, and the Robusto.
And then the 6x6 is going to be a Nicaraguan fill instead of a Dominican film.
Which is going to be my kind of cigar, which is a little more full body cigar.
Definitely.
You know what? I think I got to go with the fresh. I got to go with the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
The
Wait,
Fresh
and
Prince.
we forgot to tell you, in the last time we talked, I said there was a famous story, and we're probably going to call the 6x60, if it works out.
Frankie Fish.
No, well, something very close to that. It's going to be called...
The Rebar.
Nope, even closer to that. It's going to be called Customs, but the S is going to be in quotes. It's going to be Customs Blend, and Frankie's going to tell you why it's going to be called in dedication of Customs Blend.
So can I touch on that real quick?
Sure.
So I think anything in Canada that somebody has done with cigars and they put no band on it, they call it the Customs Blend. It's always a bigger cigar. I've smoked a fair share of them. A lot of them are pretty solid, like underrated solid cigars. And being a Canadian blend from wherever they get it from, whether it's Cuba, DR, Nicaragua, Honduras, whatever, dude, the Americans love them. And I'm just like, hey, like, I've showed a couple of American buddies. I'm like, hey, I got to take you to this shop. Like, you got to try this cigar. And they're like, well, what is that? I was like, it's a custom, like, cigar. Like, it's this guy's blend that did that.
The story goes beyond custom.
So there's a story, and I was just going to say, I was going to let Frank start the story, but the reason, okay, I'll start it. The reason...
Sorry. Hey, let me interrupt real quick. Herfed, well, Rob starts his story. Let's do our breathalyzer quick. Oh, fuck it. Sorry, I got to grab the tip. Off it.
Just the tip, baby.
Rob, sorry I interrupted. Frankie, sorry I interrupted.
No, I never interrupt when the tip is about to be touched. I get it, so it's fine. I'm never going to interrupt. That happens. I want to interrupt him touching his tip. No way. Just let me know when you're done touching the tip, okay?
All right, you're good to go on this story. Herfed's going to say his result. I'm going to say my result. Sorry, you're good to go.
0.12.
My man. This is a short period of time too. That's a lot of credit. All right, I'm just booting up right now. So, guys, I'm sorry for interrupting this right now. I mean, we bought breathalyzers off Amazon, and we've been testing them regularly. So
that's too funny. Whose idea was that? Man takes credit.
And I blew the full 10. 0.01. I'm still golden, buddy. I'm still golden.
That can't be right.
All right, you want me to do one more?
Yeah, it can't be right.
Sorry, I don't know how to use this thing. Sorry, I just turned it off. It's turning off. All right, you know what? I'm going to do this one more. I got my warm up. I'm at 7 seconds right now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
0.01 is under a beer. It's not even.
And I only blew 5 seconds that time. All right, we're going. 0.15.
Congratulations.
Literally on it says danger. It says danger on it. All right. Fuck, let me show. Perfect. We get to a point where we just can't. All right. Oh.
Yeah, it just makes noise.
Sorry, I shut it off.
Okay.
Right, I shut it off. Sorry, I was 0.15. What are you, Herfed?
1.3 was it? 0.13?
So I'm drunk. I got a danger. What did it say to you? Caution?
It says drink more.
All right. Sorry, Rob, Frankie, Rob. I interrupted that. You go on. Sorry.
That's all right. So
customs.
So the S is going to be in quotes because when our first batch of cigars was shipped from DR to our intake in Florida, it had to go through customs without the quote. Well, they went through our cigars with drills, went through all the boxes to check for cocaine, and they ruined 300 sticks, 300 plus sticks. So we have the box with the holes, and so in honor of that's the way our company first started with our first boxes ever. We're going to call the 6x6 because it's the newest thing. We're going to call Customs Blend.
So was Frankie not shipping at this point? Like, did Frankie not have connects? Because I mean, I gotta be honest. I gotta be
Frankie
honest.
was in logistics, but you know what? You got to learn from somewhere, and now we've learned.
I'm gonna
Look,
say I gotta say this
I
from New York City, to Canada. I think Frankie mailed me something. It was like 3 days, and why it was 3 days? I think the fucking person put it at my side door to my house, and I don't ever fucking check it or look by. You know what I mean? I don't fucking pay attention to it. I walked by and I was like, "What the fuck? There's a fucking package here."
Oh shit, those are great cigars.
Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck?" And I look at him and I was like, "Frank." Oh fuck! Open it up. I was like, "Dude, I fucking got
spoken
these
to a
things,"
lot
and I
of
go, "I
people.
probably got them a day ago."
I've spoken to a lot of people in the cigar industry, and what happened to you guys is unheard of. I've reached out to a lot of companies, a lot of guys I know, and they said maybe 1 or 2 boxes are cut open. So to have, drills being drilled, on an angle through fucking boxes of cigars was
Multiple,
extremely
Matt,
malicious.
Matt,
Six
6
holes in
and
every
8
box.
holes in the boxes, like it was, Scarface.
Did you keep any of them?
And you could not imagine my face when I opened the boxes in my office. I had to call him and say, "Come over to my house. Stop what you're doing." We were anticipating these for months.
Right.
And is there any kind of anything you can do about them destroying your product? Any avenue?
That's what we can do.
Put a customs claim in.
Good luck
okay?
collecting.
Good luck. There's a better chance of me, drinking that McAllen's right now. Okay.
I like my odds. Yeah, I mean, so I relate to that, but I mean, probably on if I can imagine, probably a 132 scale. You know what I mean? Like, people have sent me cigars before that I didn't even know. Something shows up on your doorstep, you open it, and they're like, "By the way, you owe us this much money," and I'm like, "What the fuck? I don't even know what this is." They're like, "It's cigars, by the way," and I'm like, "Huh? From who?"
We say that everything, I talk about, not to segue back to the art for a second, but you said something that made me think of something. And I told you earlier that, my mantra, I guess it's just passion. And I'm taking the same passion with the cigar company and the artwork and putting it together.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that, I've talked to these guys. We're going out there, like, to the big wigs, okay? I had a meeting with Casa de Monte Cristo. Okay.
I heard you may or may not have gotten a J.R. Whippany.
And then I got off. We're hoping. The goal is that they're asking the head of operations if they can have permission, and we'll see what happens. So they tasted, they liked, but it's a corporation. We're having this event in Florida in September, as I mentioned. So that same passion we're all using to try and get the name out there. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, you know what? You push. Well, you guys. I mean, I've met Rob, Frankie, Rich. From meeting you 3 guys so far, you guys have the drive. You guys have probably way more passion than I've even seen other cigar companies have. It's
And you got to work with too. Like if it's just a work every day. Frank and I are very much alike when it comes to the silly things in life. Like
the Rebar.
He's as responsive to my clients. That's the way we are with each other. So there are very many similarities between us in that regard: business sense, passion, and that's what makes a kinship.
All right, we got Frankie, we got Rob, and we got the 2 Riches, right?
Correct.
If you were to name each person's drive or each person's thing behind it, what would it be? Their passion behind it, what you guys do. What would it be for each person? You guys can agree, or each one of you guys can say your own. You're like, no, I think you're this. But like, it's obviously going to be something positive. Like, oh, this guy's the dog fucker. Fuck.
Oh, I think, what's funny? That if you ask us the question, I think the answer is the same for both of us. Our drive to succeed.
Okay. You don't think somebody stands out like Rob? Like, why does Rob do it? Because he's meticulous, right? Why does Frankie do it? Because he's a fucking he's the businessman, right?
He's got his hands in everything, which is a good thing.
They got 8 legs.
That's it, man. Fucking tentacle Rob.
You know what? It's like the statement: if you don't ask, you don't get.
Okay.
And
I feel that was a very liberal answer, but I mean, I was trying to dig for more. I'm looking for like what does the other Rich got to offer? I've never met him. I met Dominican Rich. I know he's the Dominican guy. What's the other Rich's ethnicity?
Italian.
Okay. So we got 2 Dagos, we got a Dominican, and I don't know what Rob is.
Jewish background.
Money. Or the chintziness. I don't know.
Oh, hey.
I didn't mean to be offensive, Rob. See, here's the fucked up thing. I had a fucking really good Mexican punchline, not even racially, but Herfed didn't even fucking flinch at that. Then I say this other thing, Herfed's all over it, and then Rob and Frank.
I heard the fucking joke. I fucking laughed, man. Fucking Sanchez. Fuck.
I see now I'm offended because Herfed didn't fucking laugh. Let me play my Herfed offended game. Oh, I'm offended. I like this. I like that. I want this. Give me this. Give me that. I don't know what I like. King of the castle, sitting in a chair. I don't know. Okay. We are. What's up?
Being part of a cigar organization, I guess you want to call it. Not everyone.
About the thickness of skin?
Yeah. You have to have an alligator skin for sure. You know, we go to a smoke shop that we normally go to probably on a daily basis, a few times a week. And you go there, you're having a rough day throughout the entire day. And once you get there, you're like everybody else.
You know what it is? It's our Disney World.
Exactly.
It really is.
So I've been locked out of cigar shops now for over a year, right? Yeah, because of COVID. When life was normal, I used to go to a cigar shop once every other week, and I would spend 8 to 12 hours there. Literally just sit there, right? My buddies could know where I'm at. You know what I mean? Come visit me. Don't come visit me. I'm still going to sit there for the same amount of time, right? That is, dude, yeah. It don't fucking matter. You know, you could bitch about your day to a guy you don't even know, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to relate, but like, it's, dude, sitting at a cigar, and I mean, I'm a big advocate, but like, hey, dudes, I'm off this day. Like, meet me at this lounge. Guys will come through at different times of the day. They're like, yo, what's, you know, we slap hands with them, dab up, whatever. But it's just, you go there, dude, you've never been more fucking human and more relatable when you go to a cigar lounge.
I feel the same way that I do from 5, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning when I'm hanging with these guys.
Yeah. That's honestly what I miss the most about just fucking open the border. I don't care if shit's the same. Let me sit in a cigar lounge by myself and let me, you know, who comes through.
And it's funny. I know these guys from the cigar lounge that I worked at, and at times I almost felt like I was a bartender. You know, it's you hear the gossip, but you see the camaraderie, you see the friendship.
Yeah. Who do you think was the most awkward one at the cigar lounge? We're not going to mention.
Well, we won't mention it by name.
He'll probably say me.
Oh, who's the most awkward one at the cigar lounge? Is that what your question? The most awkward one?
Yeah, who was the awkward guy there, and why was he awkward?
I'm
gonna take a quick piss, and you guys talk.
Wait, are we talking about awkward as the 4 guys?
Yeah, awkward out of the 4 guys. Who was the awkward one? But that's who like struck you. It's like, oh, you know what? Yeah.
4 of us?
JP, he's gonna say me for sure.
No. You know what? I don't. Okay.
What would you say?
I couldn't read him.
Rick Salute?
Yeah, I couldn't read him.
Well, you know what? I hear you, Matt. It took me. I knew him before I was at the cigar bar because I used to work out at the gym with him, and I was friendly. Hi, how are you? And we knew each other, but not even by name, but just hi, how are you every morning for years, and then we became friends. And honestly, once you get to know the man has a heart of gold.
Gold, for sure. I know him previous years
Heart
before.
of gold.
Right.
No, I know he's a good dude. I know that, but
yeah, but he's not. You don't see that from what you've seen.
Maddie, I'll give you an
He was
example.
very, you know, I mean, I get, you get vibes from people. You could read people. You feel people out. You know, he couldn't do it.
I hear you.
Maddie, I'll tell you one thing. I know Rich Salute years before we actually everybody met him at Matador. I know him for many years. We're at a different cigar place that we were hanging out at. I know him for years. Rich Salute is an individual. You want advice on business or just, shoot the breeze, you can call him up anytime. He'll give you good advice.
He's an intellect, and that's why he's the father figure, if you
Correct.
will. Okay,
Exactly.
Being respectful. That's what he is, because he has the experience, and we're using each of our, strengths to build our passion.
Point
Now,
one eight.
How good of a
Point
guest?
1.8. What up? Point fucking.
How good or bad of a guest would Rich Salute be on this show?
Sorry, this thing won't fucking stop beeping.
All
right, it's off.
We're going to walk out.
We walk off the set.
Yeah, that's it.
No, so here's the thing. I think, in my opinion, I have a lot of people's good side to bring out this, and I have people that come on it at a negative. Like, they're like, oh, let me do, and I mean, I've had porn stars on, I've had comedians on from Netflix, I've had owners of cigar companies. You guys are my first. Well, this is the second episode now with owners of boutique cigar companies, right? I've had, you name it, I could have these people on the show, but I truly think I have this ability to be able to bring out people's whatever side that they want to bring out. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, oh, I'm gonna have a bad time. I'm gonna be like, all right. Worst cigar you ever smoked in the best situation you were ever in. What do you think that was? You're like, I busted out this cigar. I was fucking sitting on top of the building.
I remember mine. That's funny.
Right? So what was it? You don't say the brand, but say your location.
I was sitting in this chair.
With who was the company? What were you doing? What were you watching?
I was just hanging and I bought a box of these cigars. And they were just way too strong for me. But I felt like, I bought them and I don't want to waste them. Or I'd give them away. So it just wasn't me.
So what I'm getting at is, everybody can answer. Nobody has to answer. It doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter what you're smoking. It's what the entertainment is. It's what the value in the room is. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to make the fucking cigar. It could be your mood. It could be what you're listening to, what you're watching. Anything. You could be smoking a shit cigar, but watching something you want to watch, and it's a great cigar now.
Well, real brief on
to an extent.
What you just said is true, because the best cigar I ever had, ever, was in Cuba at a cigar bar at the bottom of a hotel, and I thought I was in heaven. And I ordered a dozen of them, and I brought them home with me, and I had them at home, and they didn't compare to the one in the shop.
So when I came home from Cuba, I brought back 200 cigars. It was on my honeymoon. Yeah. I traded them all. I literally traded them all except for a couple of my favorites that I still like to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the big, the environment, right? You smoking, you're like, wow, this is the best. I'm like, oh, Cuban cigar tastes like this now. Then you smoke it not on Cuban soil, and you're just like, it don't taste like that.
Yeah, but you know what? Something else that Frank said is true. The cigar is great, but the companionship's better than any best cigar we've 100%.
Had. You know what I mean? We could all, let's say none of us knew each other. We could all sit into a fucking cigar lounge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I might be the weirdo. I'm going to be the weirdo out of the group, but you're like, fuck, we still like talking to him. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, there's Herfed. He's talking about all his ladders he has, right? I'm like, fuck, this guy collects ladders, but I'm like, it's crazy. Rob's like, I just collect jerseys. Frankie's like, I got fucking a bunch of just fucking fish hung up on my wall, right? But it's one thing, and I'm just like, really? Like, how many ladders do you have? And he's like, 8. And I'm like, how? Why the? You know what I mean? But I'm interested in that now. And then I talked to Rob, and Rob's like, I just got a bunch of jerseys. And I talked to Frankie, and he's like, I just fucking love stuffing what I fucking catch when I fish. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it's all just one thing. And you guys, what was my thing that I said?
Yeah.
What? No. Did I say what you guys were like? Look at this guy. He's fucking got this. What was it?
Okay. What? No.
Well,
Go ahead.
I got
Matt.
the ladders. Frankie's got the fish that he fishes and hangs up on his wall. Rob's got the jerseys.
I got jerseys. Okay. I got jerseys.
What am I? What am I?
You.
Tell me.
Yo, we're gonna go Herfed. We're gonna go Rob. We're gonna go Frankie. What am I?
Ass hat.
I collect ass hats. It's not what I collect. That's not my thing. My thing is not ass hats, is it?
No, maybe what do you collect?
You tell me.
Expensive socks.
I don't think they're expensive though. I mean, I'm defending myself now. I don't think they're expensive, but all right.
Okay.
I mean, we got to ask. I think Rob. Rob's a sock guy. I think. Rob, are you a sock guy or no? It's
I'm a sock guy. Summertime. I like to go sockless if I can. But yeah.
all right. So, in Herfed's opinion, I'm the sock guy. All right, Rob, you go. What am I? What am I in your opinion? You know, we're at a cigar lounge. I'm the what guy?
Yeah. To me, you're the hat guy.
I'm the hat guy. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I do like to wear hats. All right. But
Yeah.
I feel both your guys' answers so far. All right, I can dig it. I mean, Herfed didn't have to say expensive. I'm just a sock guy. But he went expensive. All right. Frankie, we've known each other now for an hour and a half, an hour and 45. Let's go. What am I to you?
I think you're a patty guy.
Oh, what guy?
A patty guy. 32 patties.
32
Oh, yeah. I mean, all right.
That was
All right.
great.
You know what? Out of Rob and fucking Herf's answers, Maddie's answers, I feel Frank was the best. I mean, am I a sock guy? Am I a sock guy? Yeah, I love wearing stance socks. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm like higher end of the middle of the sock market is what I like wearing. I like wearing them. They're comfortable. They last a long time. They're great socks. Hat guy? Do I like hats? Yeah, I love hats. If I have a shirt, I have to have it match the hat, or the shoes have to match the hat. You know what I mean? I feel like I actually have a massive hat collection. Rob didn't know that, but I do have the shoe game to the tracksuit.
That was what I thought was the import of your question, and that's why I think if you had a passion about something, or you had things you were collecting.
So you know what? It doesn't matter what you wear, like ankles to fucking shoulders. If you have a decent pair of, you have a cool pair of shoes, you have a sick hat. That pops it off.
I mean, you said jerseys, but the truth is, for me, I'm a sneaker guy. I have probably 100 pair of sneakers.
And a watch guy.
Oh, Rob, I am both of those. I love sneakers and I love fucking watches. I mean, I'm probably not on your level, but I like Nixons. I'm a Nixon watch guy.
It's funny that you mentioned that. And to God, when I got into watches, the very first watch I ever thought about getting, like to start a collection, was this big ass faced Nixon watch.
So that was my first fucking watch, right? That was gifted to me, and I was just like, I gotta be a watch guy now because I saw the same watch that I got came in black, gold, and white, and I was just like, well, I need to have all three of them. Right? They look sick, like because you based off what you wear. I mean, I gotta be. I'm a little bummed that nobody was like, oh, JP tracksuits. Nobody said JP tracksuits.
I thought of it, but
Did you say attractive?
Oh, it was like attractive tracksuits. I mean, fucking tracksuit, dude. I'm the tracksuit fucking king. Nobody even said shit about tracksuits. So I'm a little bit. I mean, Herfed sees me out here for fucking 90% of the episodes, and he didn't even go like tracksuits. Like you waste money on track.
I don't see it anymore. It's
just my face, right? I'm just like a JP finger. Ladies and gentlemen, JP
there it is.
Here. This is another episode of the one and only Rebar. Yeah, all right. I mean, I'll give you that you don't see tracksuits. All right, but I mean, you Herfed, as long as we've been doing this, you still probably haven't even seen half my tracksuits. No, socks. I get it. I mean, I'm wearing a fucking pretty nice, fresh. I think I've worn these things twice, and I've had them for about a year. Nice stance socks. The hats, yeah. I mean, I've worn this thing a couple times. It's nice. Peter James. hit them up when you're looking for your premier luxury cigar carry-all. Hey, hit them up. I ain't afraid to use. I use a fucking clutch. I use a man clutch. Yeah, it's Peter. It's Peter James. Hit him up. Use promo code Rebar. All right. Perfect. After I slurred one of those words, are you ready to do another? Are we gonna check ourselves? You want to check yourself before you wreck yourself? Check yourself right now. I got a 0.18. Oh, I prematurely. I heard your beep and I almost went.
Mm.
Boom. 6 seconds. Full breath. Let's go. Get my ranking. 0.19. So it's working. Mine's accurate.
0.16.
Fuck. Perfect. They won't stop beeping. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta talk. All right, I'll shut off. All right, so I did a 0.13, no, 0.15, no, 0.15, 0.18. Now I'm at a 0.19. Yours has gone up. So, I mean, do you think this was actually a worthy investment?
Yes.
I got to agree with you on this.
I mean,
Dude,
I think the money that we
100%.
spent on it was
It was the same. It was like fucking $17, right? No, regardless of where you were, you could probably get the fucking thing.
You said you took credit for the breathalyzer, but I don't know if that memory is right or not. Because I remember a dude that used to hang out at the cigar lounge that we all met at. He used to have a little breathalyzer on him, and he would always.
He's like, yo, come blow my fucking vehicle so I can leave.
Oh,
Do I know what that is?
I think I know Matty knows who he's talking about.
The anchor. The anchor.
The anchor. Wow. Was the anchor or was he more of the seaman?
He was a little bit of both, depending on how much black he drank. So.
All right, I got to get into it real quick. I'm a big. Are you guys Amazon guys?
I'm not I mean, sometimes there's actually an Amazon store opening up in my town.
What's that?
It's an Amazon store where it's a concept where you basically order your stuff, you pay for it, and then everything's online. And things are ready when you go in to get it.
Okay.
Like take food, and it's all pay for. You just go in and boom, get it, and it's.
All right, Frankie, you got to hit a couple things up on Amazon. I know you do. Do you?
I probably purchase everything on Amazon.
I'm an eBay guy.
The easiest way of purchasing stuff. You actually did. I was listening to the news a couple of nights ago, and they were saying that Amazon is coming with Amazon Palm. Did you hear about that?
What?
Yeah. You scan your hand to purchase items at a store now. You don't even have to have any credit cards or anything like that. It takes a picture of your palm, and it goes and charges you.
All right, I knew Frankie smelled fishy. I know something's up now. I had to say that. That was like a good pun. That was a good pun. I had like a good punchline.
Wait, I gotta ask this question, Frankie. Do you buy your fish from Amazon?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
No way.
Craigslist.
Fresh.
The only place you only order your fish is www.freshfingourmet.com.
That's Fresh Fin, right?
Freshfingourmet.com.
Hit them up and use promo code Rebar. Hey, when you're about to bury your face in a bunch of snapper, you got to use promo code Rebar.
I want to try those rice balls.
Rice
I
balls.
like those rice balls.
Hey, when you're about to throw a nice cannelloni or cannoli. Hey, hit up promo code Rebar.
Cannolis.
His rice ball.
My balls are great.
My balls are great.
Honestly, people when we're around the Matador, we'll sit in these like brown leather chairs and
brown leather jackets.
This got the best balls, and we all know it, and we're not shy. We're proud of it. We're proud of it.
All right, we're all Amazon guys. We're all online purchasers. Herfed, starting with you, then we're gonna go to Rob, then Frankie, and then myself. What is your worst Amazon purchase in the past 6 months? Worst Amazon purchase in the past 6 months. You know what I mean? We're gonna go Frankie style. You got hook, line, and sinkered, and now you got a bunch of tuna in your fucking face.
Worst Amazon purchase.
In 6 months. 6 months. You got to cap it. I mean, you may have a lot of them, like I do. I don't know.
That's a good question. Shit. Wow. It's pretty lame. Probably pair of socks. Speaking of socks, I ordered some socks on Amazon and
What's the brand though?
breaking
I mean,
up
dude,
right
I
away.
bought a shit ton of socks off Amazon. I now have to change my answer to this thing to not this thing. This fucking thing's deadly accurate. I got 2 readings the exact same. All right, shut up. Sorry for that being a pair of socks. Like what was like?
But they were fucking Dickies. They weren't like they were no name brand. It was just they weren't cheap and they just wore through. I take care of my feet and my toes started showing and fucking heel was
Fucking
splitting.
kidding me? Will you give me a ballpark of price? Like $10 to $19? Was that the price of the socks?
It was about 20 something.
Are you fucking kidding me? And you fucking chirped me for the socks. You just chirped me for the fucking socks just now. I didn't, dude. I think I was like $12 on these socks. I was $12 on these socks, and I'm the sock guy. I'm the fucking sock guy.
Pair of 6.
All right,
Six.
all right,
6.
all right. So 6 divided by 20. Fuck yeah, we got $6.50.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it's. Now I got to hit. Now I'm hitting it from this side. But yeah, that's what a fucking $6.50 sock fucking gets you. Jesus Christ, what'd you expect? Jesus, I mean, break that down. Now they got probably you just bought a $5 fucking sock. Yeah, of course your fucking toe blew through. Sorry. All right, Rob. Worst Amazon purchase in 6 months.
Yeah, this is somewhat of an embarrassing story, but true.
It can't be those fucking Dickie socks. Jesus Christ.
No. So I wanted to be able to learn how to not learn, but get a mechanical tool that will allow me to cut circles, but depending what size I want the circle to be. And I researched it, and on Amazon I got this circle maker, and to draw the circle depending on the size. And I thought it was so cool. Got delivered. It wasn't expensive. I don't know, $10, $12, I think at tops.
Fuck.
I opened it.
I already got this, but just go. Sorry, Rob. Sorry.
I can't use it. I don't know how to use it. I don't know. It just doesn't. I can't open the goddamn thing. And I got so upset that I just opened the thing and I broke it. So I said, "Shit, I'm just gonna get another one." With that, long story short, the same thing happened. I just couldn't. I couldn't open it. I don't know. To this day, I even though they show you on the, picture of it how to use it, I couldn't do it.
So here's the funny thing about a circle. I could ask a shit ton of people to fucking trace me a circle. Make me a circle this size. Half these fucking idiots just trace barrels, dartboards, fucking wine barrels, whiskey barrel. You know what I mean? A circle for $12? I mean, if it did that, that would be a fucking steal. You'd be robbing people if that actually worked. That's crazy though.
Yeah, it's there. There are all different types.
If you ever figure this thing out, or if it ever actually works out, like the thing's probably fucked up. I mean, it was $12, right?
Yeah.
If that thing ever works out, you're robbing people. You rob them. They're like, fuck. We sold this thing to make circles, and nobody can ever make circles with it. And this guy just made a fucking circle with it. We're bankrupt now. We're fucked.
That's right.
This guy sells it for $1 more, and we're absolutely fucked now because it actually works. All right, Frankie. 6 months, worst Amazon investment.
Trying to purchase some clothes online, which they don't fucking fit you.
Clothes?
Yeah, I bought a shirt.
Don't. All right. Sorry. Go. I feel you on that.
I bought a shirt, extra large. and it looked like it was a small on me. That's how bad it was.
Was it from the Orient?
What?
Was it from like China or something?
Something like that. It was in Vietnam or something like
Yeah,
that.
because their sizes, I've had that happen too. Like I got a vest that it was an extra large. Yeah, I couldn't fit on
That
my
was
side of my body.
first and last time I ever purchased clothes online.
Yep, this guy too. All right, my worst, dude. I fucking sympathize with Frankie. Like we fucking bonded. This is our bonding moment. I go on there and dude. I mean, I'm about $170 right now, and I'm like, you know what? Skinny jeans or slim jeans. You know what I mean? They have these like cool, like they call them quote unquote trendy jeans. They had rips in them, and I'm like, okay, the rips don't look bad. You know what I mean? I could wear that out. Like that's nice. A black pair and a white pair. I put the black pair on, dude. I had to take my socks off before I took these off, or they were ripping my socks off. These things were tight as fuck. I put the white pair on, dude. They were almost baggy on me compared to the black pair. And I was like, I ordered fucking 2 pairs, one white, one black.
Nice.
How the fuck is there such a fucking difference in it? My wife had worked in fucking fashion and clothes for years, right? She's like, oh, the white's gonna be baggier, and I put the white on. I'm like, yeah, but it can't be this. Like, it's impossible for it to be this much fucking baggier. Like, I'm a fucking 32, right? 32 is a little bit fucking baggy on me, not a big deal. I'm probably like a 32, but dude, the black pair of jeans was probably like a 27. I was like, dude, I mean, I have fucking fat ass calves. Like, they're not bulky by any means, but like, there's no definition in there. And I'm like, I can't even get this shit over my fucking calf, let alone my fucking thighs. Like, I like office chair fucking thighs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm slim, but dude, shit don't stick out where it shouldn't stick out, other than the fucking dick region. But I'm like, why the fuck? But you know what? Look. So I was like fucking super. My wife was super pissed, and I'm like, listen, if I were to buy the pair of jeans that actually fit me, it'd probably cost this much as what I paid for 2. So I'm like, really? Did I get ripped off? No, I got to lose like 60 pounds. So I can put the black ones on, and then I'll be 90 pounds. But the white ones fit. The white ones fit, and I was just like, how the fuck is like, what the fuck variety is that? Like, dude,
You
with
gotta
the
blame
black,
the child in Bangladesh that was sewing them.
dude, the crazy shit is like my legs tight as fuck, my waist, dude. I can get my fist down in the waist on the black ones. It just
My
don't.
fist
That's
fit.
honestly. So we talked about the breathalyzer, which my wife. So my wife opened up the. I'm like, open up the Amazon package. Let me know what batteries it takes. I got to get them from work, right? I get all the batteries from work, whatever. I do the ordering, not a big deal. She's like, this is this, and I was like, okay, well, this is it. And she's like, I read the reviews online. It's not that accurate. If we could do right now, Herfed, boot it up. One last test. I've been between a 0.13 and a 0.19.
So
This is going to prove the accuracy right now. Six seconds. I'm good for 6 seconds. That's it.
0.15.
0.19. I've gotten the same score fucking 3 times. How do you tell me this isn't accurate? And then it doesn't stop beeping. Fuck. All right, we're done. We're done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, chime in, hit me back, do something when the episode drops. Worst Amazon investment. I may buy it. Herfed may buy it. Rob could buy it. Frankie could buy it. Let's see what it is. I'm actually willing to test it to see. Hey, what's your worst Amazon investment? If it isn't Kegel balls or a dildo, I'm not going to test that. But
Oh, you know what I forgot about?
I will not test that person. But I mean, like, show me something like a heated blanket.
That's a question, though. You make a good point. Last question. If you had to choose between those two, what would your choice be?
Okay, we're gonna start with Herfed with that answer. I gotta go take another piss. I'm actually, ladies and gentlemen, anybody keeping score right now with pisses? Herfed is legit episode 0, and I think I'm 3 or 4. I'm 3 or 4. I didn't keep score. I'm just. This is the most pisses I've ever took in an episode.
Yeah, but if you can't.
Okay. Going back to the worst purchase I ever bought. It just came to mind to me now, and this is going to sum it all up. I got a nose hair removal wax system. You had to throw this fucking wax in the microwave for a while and get it all softened up, and they give you an applicator, and you dip the applicator in the wax, and you stick the wax up your nose. And you let it set for like 2 minutes, and then you fucking yank it out, and it pulls out your nose hairs.
Yeah, but then they come back.
Oh, that sounds painful, man.
I freaked out. Like the second, like my right nostril, I couldn't get the fucking wax out for like 5 minutes. You really just got to give it a really quick pull. And
what are you talking about? A quick pull? You got to give her a quick pull. What are you talking about? Fuck, sorry, bro. I was just outside pissing.
I'm talking about the hair, the nose hair removal.
The nostril waxer.
So, yo, dude, I've been looking at a little blackhead removal. Not that I got like shit going on my face, but I'm just like, you see that one? Like, let me vacuum it out. How you feel about that? This is how I feel about this right now. Like, do I do it? I don't know. Like, is it going to be too much? I don't know. Would you buy that again?
Me?
The other guy that fucking bought it.
It's you,
I
man.
know who you were talking to.
Jesus Christ,
I
Carlo.
Again, I have enough to last me my lifetime. It's a gigantic fucking jar of what I thought my fucking microwave was gonna catch fire.
So would you do it again?
Would I do it again?
Yeah, Carlo.
Probably not. No.
Really? Dude, my nose hairs have been bothering me like fucking crazy lately, and I think I got to do it now.
I did it for the sole purpose of I trimmed my nose. I used 4 different companies, and nothing fucking worked. And I was just fed up with the fucking nose hair. I couldn't get away. So.
All right. I get it. All right, guys. The last question of the show is: we now have the company here. What would you do differently? Let's say 5 or 10 years from now. What would you do differently?
With our cigar company?
Yeah. Let's go. What would you do differently with kinship?
It's an impossible answer.
Is there something when you started to now? Like, what would you do differently? Right?
What would we do differently? Maybe the way we box in a special box that, when we were successful. So we had some really interesting box that beat everybody else, from a economic, feasibility point, and being able to still mass produce it, just to be different.
And I get the actual bullet holes in our cigars.
And
the border cigars.
We're actually keeping a bunch of the boxes for that exact reason, to say that, look at us when.
So I actually asked that earlier, like, hey, did you ever keep any of those boxes? Or like, did you keep it? Does anybody have any of those cigars?
Yeah, I do. I still do, yeah.
That's cool, right? That's like, hey, remember, like, dude, you post that 5 years from now, people are like, let me buy that cigar. That's fucked, and I can't draw from it.
That's a backstory for like an anniversary cigar.
Customs blend.
Hell yeah!
It's too early for an anniversary.
So, what you would do differently? Let's say 5 years ago. What would you do differently in the future? Right? What would you change in the future? Let's go 5 years back, 5 years forward. Right?
Company's a year old, brother.
Yeah, but so let's say what you thought 5 years ago when you went into this company. You're like, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Right? Now, what would you do differently in the future? Right? What would you change? He's like, fuck, I'd get rid of fucking Frankie. He's like, fuck, one of the riches. Fuck, we can't have 2.
Before we actually invested in Dick, I would have wanted to do the factory in the factory.
Okay.
Together with all the partners.
It's awesome answer.
All right, Frankie, what would you do differently, right? Let's say you know you have this idea, right? What would you do differently for the future of it? Like, what's that one thing I would participate more in the blending. I would do more. I would go to the factory a couple times a year. What would it be?
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be those two. Those are examples. Sorry, examples.
Rob's point, I like Rob's point. He's right about that. Probably my suggestion after the first time around that we had the situation with the bullets throughout the entire boxes, I actually was thinking of having them shipped, the cigars alone, and then we were going to rebox them here in the States, so we wouldn't have that incident anymore. But
As a Canadian guy, that's a great idea. Honestly.
But due to the fact that we actually flipped it and made it something unique out of it, like Rob was saying about the new cigar coming out called Customs, it actually added a little something to our boutique cigar, meaning it's a story behind it. Where when I first started my business, selling octopus, people were like, "What the fuck? You selling octopus?" Yeah, we had a story to tell, where it came from, how it's caught, and all that stuff. So I think it's kind of a unique idea that we actually happened to us.
And Frank, Frank pushed, and it goes into your question as an ending segue too. It's that Frank always wanted a different band than we picked. And on the Arte, and I took a lot of pride, and this is the one I spent hours, and we all agreed that it was nice. But there's other bands, and for other reasons. And Frank's idea was, to change up with different, blends, somewhat of the bands, change it up as well.
Right, and
hey, I actually, you know what, Herfed, if you were to create a cigar, if you were going to create a cigar band, what would it have on it?
Some hot chick.
Would it be why she got a cigar going up in her? I don't know.
I've created 2 cigar bands, a bunch actually, when we had the Sacrifolium line.
That's true.
And,
so what would you do differently then? Because I've never created a cigar band. Well, maybe one. I don't know.
That was more of my partner that really came up with the whole band. But I love the colors. I like the matching of it. I would do nothing different because I don't think the cigar band means shit.
No, but no. So you know what? So you say that, but as somebody that's given cigars to somebody that tells me they smoke cigars, and I give them your cigars, they've always picked out the things about your bands when they said they really loved it. So
the Sacrifolium,
I've given them 1 Sacrifolium and 1 MA. And the MA is the best cigar he said he's ever smoked.
Wow.
Hey, Matty.
I disagree, but that's good.
And I regret giving him that cigar because it was a fucking great cigar. And but for him to tell me it was the best cigar he's ever smoked, I'm like, all right, well. He's like, who is that guy? And I'm like, by the way, I got a bunch of the cigars coming from him Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, don't share what I sent you.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I'm on the same boat. Fuck this motherfucker. All right.
Frankie, you going to say something?
Frank was going to say something about that.
I was going to say, disagree with you in terms of the labeling. I think the labeling is more, I think it's very important. Besides the cigar being good, I think the label needs to be attractive also. As being in a business, give you an example. When you go purchase wines, me and you are into wines, right? Sometimes you look at the label. What attracts your eye? It's what you pick some majority of the time. I'm probably going to say at least 60 to 70% of the time, it's the bottle that actually attracts it to you. And you're looking at the label, you're like, wow, that's a cool label. You start reading more into it. Wow, there's a bottle I think I would definitely buy.
I mean, to take that further, would you rather have a cigar that's in just a plain brown cedar box, or in one of
how about seeing that bottle of wine on the shelf with all the other bottles, and there's just
so I got to be honest. If it's me,
that might catch your eye too.
So if it's me or Herfed, and you think you're looking at us, and you're like, this guy's fucking staring at this label. No, honestly, between me and Herfed, we're probably staring at the alcohol content. We're like, I drink half of this, I'm fucked up.
I think marketing is it's a psychological
Right.
aspect, and I mean, there's reasons we have commercials. There's reasons that we have.
For sure. So we got Rob's. Frankie, sorry I cut you off. Did you have anything else with that?
No.
No, that's
So now let me. I'm 100% consumer aspect of it, right? I have, we've all bought cigars, we've all bought this, we've all bought that. When I first started smoking cigars, like this is just me. I was into the flashy shit, right? And then let me get into the very minimal. And then let me go for the artsy shit, right? Everybody always chases some form of aspect of marketing where I'm never gonna drive a Chevrolet. I'm never gonna drive it. And then you're like, fuck, I drive a Chevrolet, right? Or whatever the logo is on anything that's being marketed to you. I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm like, classy, right? What's my opinion on classy? But what my opinion on classy is couldn't be what it might not be what Herfed's is, it might not be what both you guys is, right? So that's a crazy thing, right? Because let's go back 15 years ago. You had like cars, vehicles who had this is this, this is that, this is this. And there was always shapes to something. And same with alcohol. You know what I mean? If you were looking for alcohol 15 years ago, you have this shape, you have this shape, you have this shape, you have this shape. You know what I mean? Everything's always related to with shapes. And what I think I'm getting at is, it's your guys' cigar band is very classy. Does it? Does it? In my opinion, does it represent the cigar? No. The band does not match the cigar, but it's a very nice band. It's a very great cigar. The cigar actually represents to me like a boutique feeling, like a newish feeling, where it's very new. So to relate those two things together, to relate whatever whatever you like, whatever your favorite cigars, whatever your favorite alcohol, to relate it. Like I love White Claw. Do I think the White Claw logo represents what I like? No, I don't. But it's to be attracted to two things about one actual product. You know what I mean? Your band. I'm like, do I love the band? Fuck yeah, I love the band. But then the cigar, I don't think actually tastes like the band. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Right?
well, but that
It's two different things, but it's two things I like.
I understand what you're saying, and every palate is a little different. But you're right. But you got to present yourself out there as the best in anything you do.
Anything, Frankie, or no?
No, like I said, I'm a big guy when it comes to labels. Marketing I think, is first and foremost. Let's take in consideration. Let's think about the masses. Not everybody's educated on wines, on cigars, and people just shop on labels. People look at something, well, that's pretty. Let me give it a shot. Let me try it. But once they see your label, which is very attractive, and then they smoke it, it's a 1-1 situation.
It definitely, Frank, his forte is marketing. What he does with his business, the artwork and the money he spends, it's clearly worth it. But I agree, he can make lemonade out of lemons. He can, from a marketing aspect, he's very good at it.
Okay. Herf Daddy.
Yeah, it's the way I see marketing of cigars. I mean, they're 100% right. I've only done some micro batch, small batch shit.
Sold out.
So I think it's about just fucking going out there and enjoying yourself.
Yeah. Once you become elite,
You want to check out Arte Fumar on Instagram.
Hopefully, I'll be wearing this shirt
This
in a week.
guy's got the Fresh Fin Gourmet.
Yo, you haven't lived life till you put Frankie's octopus in your mouth.
it melts like butter.
Right?
I'll send you some, JP. I'll be sending you some real soon. They know your address now. And
Welcome.
make sure it doesn't stay the whole day.
Either way, I'm still eating it. Whatever. Hey, lady.
And I'll throw an Octoman T-shirt in there.
Ooh.
Octopussy.
I'm gonna wear it, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rebar Revolution. Look at the new setup. Look at the guests. Look at the people. Look at the fucking co-host. Fucking Maddie is fucking beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one on the Rebar show. We have Kinship fucking cigars. We have Arte Fumar. Connect yourself, get yourself, expand your mind, expand your horizons. Just take care of your fucking self. You got to be kidding me. Who's not looking to take care of themselves right now? Hit up all the fine sponsors. Hit up all the fine guests. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one on the Rebar episode. And until